I'm Isabella. To the outside world, I'm the glamorous wife of a CEO. But no one knows I've hidden my identity as the ruler of a commercial empire. The 18 months I've been married to Marcus were nothing more than a test to find a love untainted by greed and ambition. At 11:47 p.m., an anonymous message shattered the peace, and the images behind the link tore my life apart completely. With 200,000 viewers watching online, my husband, wearing the Tom Ford shirt I'd given him, was live streaming an affair with the internet celebrity Scarlett in a hotel suite, trampling my dignity into the ground. He mocked me as a cold, frumpy wife, bluntly admitting he'd married me only because I was beautiful, obedient, and utterly harmless, even boasting that the prenuptial agreement had left me with nothing at all. For 3 hours, he turned our private past into a joke, joining Scarlett in subjecting me to the cruelest humiliation imaginable. The taunts in the comment section stung like 1,000 needles in my heart. When the live stream ended, I stared at the Ming Dynasty vase my father had left me in the study, a testament to his lesson.
Beauty is fragile, but power is eternal.
I slammed the vase hard against the floor, shattering the naive version of myself who'd foolishly believed in love, just as the porcelain shattered into pieces. A shard cut my finger, and the pain jolted me back to my senses. I pulled out the encrypted tablet Marcus had never known existed, and set out to trace the live streaming platform to dig up every last detail on him and Scarlett. He thinks he's humiliated a weak housewife, but little does he know he's declared war on a woman who holds a commercial empire in her hands. This revenge game starts with me, and he's destined to lose. Marcus passed off this betrayal as a piece of performance art for a friend. Yet overnight, that humiliating livestream turned into a farce that took the entire internet by storm. Edited clips spread like wildfire across all major platforms. The hashtag number America's Miserable First Wife soared to the top of global trending lists. My wedding photos were made into mocking memes, and the whole internet called me pathetic and foolish. When Marcus woke up, he put on an overly concerned look, walked up to me and offered a fake apology, as if he were the victim of this farce. Faced with my questioning, he made up lies without batting an eyelid, claiming the livestream was a result of the hotel surveillance being hacked. He even twisted his betrayal into performance art in support of Scarlett, saying those hurtful words were nothing more than script requirements. His shamelessness was beyond my imagination, but what broke my heart even more was that Scarlett flaunted herself ostentatiously on social media. She posted a provocative message in a hotel bathrobe. Her followers skyrocketed by 2 million overnight, and she raked in a fortune off my humiliation. When Marcus saw Scarlett's traffic stats, there was no anger in his eyes, only admiration. He thought he was in control of everything, not realizing that under the table on my tablet, I was tracking every single trace of this scandal's spread in real time. My father's digital forensics team had already locked onto the core nodes. Every share, every comment, every taunt would all become evidence for my counterattack. He pulled me into his arms, whispering insincere, sweet nothings. Yet the scent of perfume on his body gave everything away. I leaned into his embrace pretentiously, murmuring words of love in response, but my heart had already cast a tight net for him. He thinks I'm still that meek, easy-to-bully wife, but little does he know I've been in the shadows all along, holding all the chips to destroy him.
He turned me into a forced witness to his infidelity.
In the aftermath of the live stream scandal, Marcus's humiliation of me only grew worse. He resorted to the most despicable tactics to push me into the most mortifying predicaments. An urgent email ordered me to deliver a contract to the executive meeting room on the 3rd floor of the company. I thought it was a normal work assignment, but when I pushed the door open, I was met with the obscene sight of him and Jennifer from the marketing department on the conference table. They showed not an ounce of shame at my arrival. Marcus even brushed it off casually, telling me to set the documents aside, and sneered that those papers were worth more than my petty allowance. I dropped to my knees to pick up the scattered contracts, my wedding ring glinting sharply under the lights, a scene that struck him as a hilarious show. But this was only the start. In the days that followed, he used the pretense of urgent documents time and again to make me walk in on him, in intimate moments with different women. Every single time, the timing was perfect, every scene more degrading than the last. His actions were never just about cheating. He was meticulously orchestrating a systematic campaign of psychological torture, turning his own wife into a forced spectator of his infidelity. It wasn't until Friday afternoon that I uncovered an even more terrifying truth on my encrypted tablet. Marcus had been secretly recording me all along. Starting from our honeymoon, he'd documented every part of me. My vulnerability, my fears, the self-doubt that gnawed at me after my miscarriage. Even the moments I'd broken down crying in his arms. He'd filed all of it away in a private server, sorting it into categories, and compiling it into a detailed psychological analysis report. What infuriated me even more was that he'd shared these private recordings with his business associates, turning my agony into an amusement for the upper class. In that moment, the last flicker of tenderness in my heart vanished completely. I spent an hour hacking into his private server and seizing all the evidence. Marcus thought he was documenting my weakness, but little did he know he was gathering the most fatal proof for his own downfall. The Whitmore Foundation Gala was once my favorite social affair, but that night, the ballroom of the Metropolitan Hotel became a courtroom where I was put on trial. I was dressed in an elegant gown, yet I found myself the center of everyone's gaze. Those high society elites who'd once greeted me with beaming smiles now looked at me with a toxic mix of pity, curiosity, and contempt. Margaret was the first to approach with her feigned sympathy, her words laced with insinuations that she'd known all about the live stream from the start, making me feel like a clown stripped bare for the world to mock. The hushed whispers in the ballroom never ceased. Some scoffed that I couldn't keep my husband, others envied Scarlett's skyrocketing fame. Those icy words cut deeper than any outright insult, suffocating me from within. The men's stares were even more predatory. Thomas, Marcus's golf buddy, took advantage of the pretense of comforting me to lay his hands on me, his suggestive remarks plain as day. In their eyes, Marcus's betrayal had turned me into a prize for the taking, a prey they could covet without restraint. I fought back the rage and fled the gala, my hands shaking so violently I could barely grip my car keys. The hatred inside me threatened to burst forth at any moment. When I got home, I stood before the antique chess set my father had given me. This set that had witnessed countless strategic battles was now my sandbox for revenge. I anointed Marcus as the Black King, Scarlett as the disposable Black Queen. His business partners, his legal team, they were all the protective pieces at his side. But I was the most powerful White Queen on the board. Julian was my knight, and those shell companies Marcus had scoffed at were my hidden pawns. Marcus texted. Little did he know, but I already held all the winning cards.